Hello there, and a very warm welcome to the France Buying Guide's YouTube presentation. Well, it's a few tips on renovating properties in France this week. Now, renovating a property in France, of course, has long been the dream of many Brits, and it is true that one can still pick up many unrenovated properties, sometimes absurdly low prices. And for those who are keen on DIY, it's something you can definitely consider. It's important, however, to know that renovating in France does throw up a few challenges. We have found that since we've been doing our house up here in the Landes-Roussillon. There are many different ways of doing things here, different electrical standards, different sorts of paint, plumbing and wall treatments and the rest. I think the key to successfully renovating a property in France is to accept at the outset that many things will be unfamiliar, not just the language. You know, things such as pipe sizes, types of paint, as I say, wood sealant, are very different, and it may be frustrating to start with. However, Rome wasn't built in a day, of course, and the reward of knowing that you created your own home in your own style will be sweet indeed. The French tend to look on us as somewhat eccentric, I always think. They don't tend to take on properties such as we do and put your own stamp on it. And until recently, there hasn't been that many DIY shops. However, that is changing, and you'll find lots more shops, many of which you'll find in my France Buying Guide, where you can buy things such as, wall treatments, paint, wood, anything you might need, and machinery. It's important to source materials properly, and usually in France the trades are separate. So you would employ, for example, an electrician to do your electricity. You won't get one chap doing everything. It's quite easy to say to find properties, and depending on your skills and how much you want to do, it certainly can be done. When you're looking for a property, beware that there are many rivers in France, so you don't want to find somewhere that is too close to perhaps a river where there might be a risk of subsidence. But as I say, if you do consider doing it, you will put money on your property. It won't go up as much as it might do in England, and properties tend to take longer here to sell. So if you are contemplating doing it yourself, my advice to you would be to do so for your own satisfaction, and then if you then make some money on it, if you want to sell at a later date, that really would be the icing on the cake. It's also important here to give yourself a larger timeline than you might do in the UK. Everything does take longer in France. Lunchtime is still fairly sacred, and the lifestyle really is one of work to live, not the other way around. But if you're prepared to accept the differences and even enjoy them and take a long view, then it really will give you great happiness and joy. Take the attitude that if you can't beat them, join them. There will be frustrations along the way, and familiarity with English materials will have to disappear. But many English people are inspired to buy that wreck in France at a snip, and rightly so. We've been working on this house for about a year now, at least all the basics, and we're still doing that, about to do our kitchen. But really, if nothing else, it will give you a tremendous sense of satisfaction, and it really is lovely to see the fruits of your labours taking shape. Well, if you need any specific advice on renovating in France, or indeed anything else, please do email me or call our office. I'm always happy to answer questions. And if you'd like me to cover any other topic here, just let me know. We're just a phone call away here at the Overseas Guides Company. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.